Well, hello friends, and welcome back to the channel Merly on Time Watch Reviews. I am Chris, and I unbox and review budget watches. Now today I am wearing my Pagani Design Submariner Homage. This is a piece that I absolutely love, and it is paired wonderfully with this sailcloth type strap that I got from Aliexpress. I'll be doing a video about this strap soon. Today, we are looking at Steeldive, and we're going to do a bit of a comparison. I have the Steeldive SD1953 in a stunning new colorway on this dial, and it is a Submariner homage as well. And so, in today's episode, we're going to compare the Steeldive to the Pagani Design. Now, I did unfortunately forget to bring the bracelet for the Pagani Design watch since I had it switched to this sailcloth strap. But I will talk to you from my own personal experience with many Pagani Design watches to let you know what to expect with the bracelet on this one as we kind of do a bit of a comparison to this one. And so, yeah, thanks for tuning in. Give me a thumbs up. Do it right now if you can, please. That really helps out the channel to spread the word, so to speak, get it to other people's eyes, and even subscribe to the channel would be absolutely awesome. I'm trying to get to 5,000 subscribers. I do have a cool giveaway lined up for 4,500, which we're edging close to. I think we're at about 4,360 right now. So let's get into this review. This is the Steeldive SD1953 in an absolutely stunning new dial. Let's go. So friends, for the comparison to this and the Pagani Design Submariner Homage, that will be near the end of the video. And so if you want to skip forward, just check the time card stamp in the description below. I just want to deal with the packaging, what you get with these Steeldive watches. I really like the case that they come in, plastic case that is lined inside and outside with this foam. Definitely protects the watch. This came with a link removal tool, which is handy if you don't have one. It also comes with a unsigned warranty card and an instruction booklet. As you can see, I removed 3 links to fit this watch to my 7.5-inch wrist. I also appreciate the fact that the watch is packaged inside this Ziploc style bag, and a little piece of foam that sits between the back of the case and the clasp and the bracelet, just to protect it from further scratching as it is in transit. And here it is. This is a beautiful watch. This is why I bought this one, this beautiful sunburst blue dial. So let me go over the basic specifications for this before the up close and personal. This is Steeldive model SD1953. Current price, which is on sale during the filming of this video, is $55. The regular price is anywhere around $75 to $90 US. You have a case size of 41 millimeters, a thickness of 13.7 millimeters. Your lugs are 20 millimeters wide, and your lug to lug is a comfortable 48 millimeters. Now you are also getting a sapphire crystal with a little bit of AR coating on the dial, Cyclops as well. The water resistance rating on this one is 300 meters, although I would not trust that as it is an Aliexpress watch. In fact, everything on the watch is surgical grade stainless steel, with the exception of the bezel insert, which is a ceramic bezel insert. The finishing on the watch is decent, as you can see, brushed on the top of the lugs, polished on the sides, polished side of the case. You do have a milled clasp with plenty of micro adjustments to fit the watch to your wrist in a well, in a way that makes it comfortable for you. I like mine snug, and so as you can see, for my 7.5-inch wrist, I removed 3 links, and I have it actually on the 4th micro adjust hole, so I may have only needed to really take out 2 links if I wanted to adjust it all the way to the end. And so that is the SD1953. It's time to get up close and personal, a montage that I do on all of my review videos. After that, I'll give you my likes and my gripes about this watch, and then we'll talk about the differences between the Steeldive 1953 and this model, the Pagani Design 1661, and I'll just let you know how I am comparing both of these watches and what is better value for dollar spent, so you will want to stick around for that as well. So here is the up close and personal music by my pal Adrian over at Somewhere in Time Watch Reviews and Music Gear. Enjoy. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed the up close and personal, and as always, I'm going to go over my likes and my gripes about this watch, and I want to begin with the gripes. There's not many gripes with this one, as I think that this watch does offer fantastic value for dollar spent. However, as with any watch that you get from Aliexpress, you will have to deal with some of the QC issues that arise, and this one has a couple. And first of all, I want to talk about this Cyclops. Now, not only in my opinion is the magnification on this too much, the alignment of the Cyclops is also off, making the fact that it's magnified as much as it is even more off-putting. As you can see, the Cyclops needs to go a little bit to the left and a little bit upward. I would definitely rather have no Cyclops or a no Cyclops, no date option over what was done here. The bezel, let's talk about the bezel. Now, unfortunately, it is misaligned. As you can see, the top is off a hair to the left right now. You can see it especially predominantly with the baton comparison here. And if I were to move it to one click to the other side, here we go. You can see that the baton kind of lines up, but the triangle doesn't. And nothing drives me more crazy than a misaligned bezel. The second issue about this bezel is the coin edge. The coin edge isn't as grippy. Now, the action on the bezel is very, very nice, but the coin edge does make it a little bit tougher to negotiate. It's not impossible and it's not difficult, but would have been nicer to have a little bit more of a gritty coin edge on it. So now on to my likes. Value for dollar spent on this is fantastic, especially at the sale price of $55 US that I got this for. If you wait for a sale and pick up one of these for that price, you won't be disappointed. And even with the gripes listed above, and even if it is regular price around $80 US, you are still getting a watch that represents really good value for dollar spent. The dial is certainly, on this particular version, the star of the show. I love this vibrant sunburst blue. It is an absolute stunner and a pleasure to look at. The indices on the dial are also fantastic. They have much more depth on them than the Pagani Design watch. As you can see, they are applied, and there is quite a bit of depth to these indices, and because of that depth, it just causes everything on the dial to pop a little more. The overall fit and finish on the watch is very good for the price point. The bracelet is nicely brushed on the top, polished on the side. The polishing on the case itself on both sides is it's acceptable for the price point. 300 meters of water resistance. Now, a caveat, if you trust the water resistance rating from an Aliexpress watch. But the fact that this offers 300 meters and the possibility of it actually being a true diver is definitely better than the offerings like Pagani Design at the same price point that only offer 100 meters of water resistance. I would be quite curious to know if anyone has actually used any of these watches as a diver. The Lume is really what separates this watch from other watches on AliExpress with a similar price point. The Lume is absolutely amazing for the price and it's just not comparable to the Pagani Design. So we'll throw the Lume comparison video up right now. The Steeldive is on the left and the Pagani Design is on the right. I will also throw up the Merlion time spectrometer so that you can have an idea of how I rate the Lume based on the time-lapse video. Pause it if you want to just kind of go over it now. So as we go through the time-lapse, you will see there is really no comparison. The Pagani Design doesn't even last 10 minutes on the time-lapse, giving it a spectrometer rating of somewhere between why bother and nice try. Whereas the Steeldive Lume, at least as far as the hour and minute hand go, has great Lume, and the indices are between pretty good and great. So as I said, there really is no comparison. Now, speaking of comparison, it's now time to briefly summarize the comparison between this and the Pagani Design. I'm going to summarize my findings here briefly and do a separate and proper comparison video separately, which you will be able to see very soon. I'm going to be using some categories to compare the two watches together. The two categories that are not going to be discussed in the comparison is the price of the watch and the dimensions, since virtually both of those things on each watch is the same. They have the same dimensions. As far as the regular price is concerned, they are the same. So we'll begin the comparison with the bracelet, in which I discuss 4 things, 4 points available. The finishing, the clasp, the links, and the tolerances of the bracelet, and the clear winner was Steeldive. In the next category, 2 points available for it is the crown. I'm speaking of the crown engagement, getting it to its positions and making the adjustments, and then the threading and the rethreading of the crown, and surprisingly, Pagani Design edged out Steeldive in this category. Next thing to discuss is the bezel, 3 points in this category, the clicking action and the back play, the alignment of the bezel, and the finishing and the markings on the bezel, just overall appearance of the bezel. And in this particular instance, Pagani Design did edge out the Steeldive, but with a huge caveat that I will be discussing in the overall comparison video. And last but not least, I discussed the dial. 4 points available in this category: the indices, the markings, the branding, the handset, obviously, your date, your day date, your cyclops, the Lume, and overall appearance. And in this category, the Steeldive was the winner as well. So overall, I'm not going to give the points away or anything like that. You'll have to stay tuned for the full comparison video, but the Steeldive is the overall winner over the Pagani Design for a couple of real main reasons. And so just a little bit of a teaser for you. You'll have to stick around for the full comparison video for that. And here it is, the beautiful SD1953 by Steeldive on my 7.5-inch wrist. This is absolutely gorgeous. So I want to thank you for watching another Merly on Time watch reviews. Please hit the thumbs up, that helps out a lot. Would love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. And as always, whenever you leave your house, you need to have a great looking piece to wear on your wrist like this Steeldive SD1953. And remember, wherever you're going, you need to get there on time. God bless you guys. We'll see you in the next video.